And hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. I am certainly doing really good in Moscow, but today I wanted to talk about an interesting thing, and this is the tendency of people in the West, and specifically in the US, to blame themselves for everything. I was watching Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares. If you haven't seen it, it's a show where he goes around restaurants, mainly in America, who are doing poorly and critiques their food. And a lot of restaurants in America aren't doing well. And the show consists of owners, thinking, oh my God, I'm running this restaurant into the ground, things are not going well and everything. But not a single time have I seen a restaurant owner acknowledge any kind of external factor in their failure. They always blame their failure on themselves. Not a single restaurant owner said, well, I'm not doing well because America is spending 900 billion on its war machine and my taxes are paying for it. I mean, sometimes, very rarely, people would say, oh, we're not doing well because the economy is doing well, but Americans have a tendency to blame themselves for everything, and psychologically it's absolute hell. In Russia, on the other hand, people have historically had a tendency to blame the country or like everything, other external factors but themselves. For example, oh, like I can't find a job because, Russia sucks or whatever. And the thing about that approach psychologically is that irregardless of whether it's true or not, it's a more healthy approach, because when you blame yourself for everything, it's very difficult psychologically, because you think everything is your own failure and your conscience has a difficult time of dealing with it. Human conscience and psyche has an easier time to deal with it when you can blame other things besides yourself. And the truth is, of course, there are cases where this is bad as well, but for the most part, it's healthier. Sorry, my haircut is kind of crazy. I think I need to cut on top a little bit more. But anyway, it's fairly healthy to blame external factors for your failures. As long as you don't go, again, insane with it and blame like a certain ethnic group or something like that, because that's not true. But if people, if you understand the economy, you would understand, for example, that if your restaurant is failing in America, firstly, the food in America is really bad. The ingredients, it's impossible to cook good food because the ingredients that you cook from are crap. And that's not the restaurant owner's fault that the ingredients are shit. Okay? So it's nearly impossible, in my opinion, impossible to have a good restaurant in America because good food is not available. Good ingredients are not available. It's all like chemical crap. Furthermore, a lot of the success of a restaurant depends on financials. And when, for example, you're, and especially in places like California, choked by laws, regulations, and taxes, you have to pay taxes on everything, your restaurant will run into the ground even if you're the greatest chef in the world. Or, it's all percentage wise, out of 100 restaurants, more of them will close down the higher the taxes are. So it's a very important thing in life to remember not to blame yourself for everything and consider external factors in everything. And that's when my life started making sense to me, when I stopped blaming myself, which is what American society is trying to do, tried to make me blame myself for everything. And I realized it's not my fault. In fact, I'm working against the system, and the system is not letting me succeed, which is entirely a true story. Recently I read news about IKEA pulling out the last factory in America and moving it back to Europe. Even Europe is cheaper than America. Like, the business climate in America is insanely bad right now. It has been getting worse. So it's very important in life to understand that your successes or your failures are not yours. It's a very common thing that people blame yourself. It's not true. It's brainwash. You have to, for example, if you take success of a business venture, or if you take personal success, you know, whether you're successful or not as a person in your career, you have to take in account the economic situation in your country and realize that, you know, in case of America, the economic situation there is really, really bad. America has a huge government apparatus with local, not politicians, but municipal workers, lawyers, doctors, all making probably the highest salaries in the world off of the back of business owners. So, you know, but unfortunately, too many people lack the ability to understand that no matter what you do. And I'm not even trying to explain it to them. My video is for people who have the ability to understand it and acknowledge it, because I like sharing my ideas, and it helps me when people comment and kind of say that they have been thinking the right thing, or maybe my videos help them or whatever, because I believe in a collective way of doing things, even though I don't like believe in communism, but people are a social animal, and you know, they can't constantly be competitors like America forces you to. So I will talk to you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I've been having tons of problems on YouTube. You know, if you have the ability to donate to this channel, I will post the links below. That would be much appreciated. YouTube has deleted my last channel. I don't know even where to post videos, but I've been posting videos on other platforms. Maybe I'll post them on Vimeo or something like that, or another, you know, maybe comment on some suggestions what I could use besides YouTube, because YouTube doesn't even deserve my content anymore. You know, I've been giving them content for God knows how many years, and they just delete it. So I would rather use a different website that appreciates the fact that I'm posting on it rather than a website that doesn't. Alright, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Hope everything is well. See you.